Let's talk about three things this morning: motivation, potential, and discipline. A good way to talk about it is to go for a bike ride. So I'm here in Melbourne, Florida for 2 weeks, visiting with family. And every morning I get to ride 10 miles in a very big park near my daughter's house. Palm trees. No matter where you live, what seems to be common for you becomes exceptional. Every time I come to Florida, I'm always amazed by the palm trees and the flat ground and the ease of riding a bike. So what is potential? When I was in grammar school, the teachers used to tell my mother, "Stephen has so much potential, but he spends all his time looking out the window, daydreaming." Well, maybe I still do that. I learned in school about batteries that they have potential energy, meaning they're an inanimate object, but they have the ability to power something. So we have that same ability to power our bodies, be it by walking, running, riding a bike. There's a very nice campground here. It's run by Brevard County, Florida, and they do a really good job. So how can I tap into my potential? Well, it starts with motivation, doesn't it? When we're motivated to do something, we think about it, and then we have to act on it. So how do I keep my motivation? A gentleman commented yesterday on the channel saying that he and his baby brother is in his 60s, are going to train to do a 100-mile ride early next year. So he's motivated. I'm motivated to do a big ride next year. Early May, I want to do the Natchez Trace from Nashville down to Natchez, Mississippi. And that's about 450 miles. How am I going to stay motivated to do what it takes to train over the winter and make sure I can reach that goal? And through the motivation, reach that potential for success. Complete that ride. It's been a while since I've done a ride where I've ridden 60 miles a day, day after day. So yes, it will require training to reach that potential. All the experts, and I'm sure you will agree, what it takes is discipline. Sticking to the plan. Keep your eye on the prize. Set the goal and strive for it. All these cliches. But discipline is the overwhelming factor for my success. For example, I had to apply some discipline to myself this morning because I really didn't feel like getting out and going for a bike ride. But now that I'm out here, it's wonderful. So I'd like to think that no matter how I feel, I'll get out and do what I need to do to maintain my motivation. The end game is to maintain my health. I really can't leave that motivation to chance. I need to discipline myself because I'm riding my daughter's bicycle and it's a comfortable seat for her, but for me, ouch. But I can discipline myself to put 10 miles in today and 10 miles tomorrow and 10 miles the next day and on, and keep that motivation up. Discipline can cause discomfort. So without discipline and discomfort, that can only lead me to more discomfort. What do I mean by that? Well, I know for me, one of the things is clutter. You know, if you have a cluttered kitchen or garage or whatever, and you walk in there and you want to do something, you can become paralyzed. You don't know which way to go because there's so much stuff in the way. Well, I have found that's the same for my mind, and that can be an ongoing fight to get rid of that clutter. Well, how do I try to do that? There's hundreds of videos on YouTube about how to declutter your mind. Here's one way I see a group of seniors decluttering their mind. They've picked up a really cool hobby. One way to keep myself motivated and disciplined is through a practice called mindfulness. You can call it meditation, you can call it breathing techniques, whatever, but everything is included in mindfulness. Having situational awareness and training your mind, decluttering it, if you will. There's a book by George Mumford called The Mindful Athlete, and I really recommend that you read it. You can get it on Amazon, a used copy for $6, $7. George talks about techniques that professional athletes use, some NBA teams, Olympians, and others. If you read that book, it'll open up all kinds of avenues for you to be motivated, disciplined, reach your potential. And the book really does a lot of restating the obvious, but it reinforces the obvious too. I had to stop for a couple of minutes and just check out this little pond. And as I was walking down to it, I was surprised by a few ducks. This is really a nice park, and it allows you to breathe in the day and relax and be mindful of all the things that you can be thankful for. Your good health, your family, your friends, and everything else you can be grateful for. I've been riding for about an hour and a half out here, and my Garmin shut off. Normally I try to do 10 miles, but it doesn't matter, an hour and a half. Did I do 8 miles or did I do 18? As long as I'm out breathing the fresh air and enjoying life, that's what counts. Before I go, let me show you my daughter's bike. It's a Liv, made by Giant. It's a hardtail mountain bike, and it suits her just fine. She hasn't taken up long distance riding because she's a working woman, but she does find time to get out and take care of her health and take care of herself. Stop talking, Steve, and get on the bike and start moving. It's all good, isn't it? Well, I'm back. That's it for the ride today. Thanks for coming along with me. It was fun. And I just want to tell you, have a great day, and as always, happy pedaling.